everyone, welcome back to another scrapbook layout, and welcome to, I guess, layout number 2 for this mini kit series. Still using the Echo Park paper, and this is the one where I put all this stuff together thinking more of just a summer layout. The photos I picked were not ones that I was originally planning on using. They were actually us at the beach while we were camping. But they still worked. It was still a lot of summer, and they were pictures that needed to be scrapped because this was a very old trip. I don't even know when, 2014 maybe, if even that, maybe earlier. So I decided to go with the flow and use these pictures. So I found a sketch. I'm pretty sure I'm following another sketch by Scrapbook Generation. You guys know me, and I almost always have a sketch from them. Cutting down a few strips of the paper. You saw the one border strip. I think it was a border that I cut. And I cut those little blue strips from the other side. The other side was like that busy, kind of pinkish that I liked. It just wasn't my super thing, I guess is a good way to put it. So it was really simple and quick. I'm going to start gluing things down. I think there was only the one. Can't really remember. Again, I apologize. I did these layouts way back when I was just not in a very good mood. So I'm adding the photos. One thing I like to do is add my adhesive to my layout when I have like a row of photos. For example, these ones, which are all, I think, 3 by 2, 4, no, 3, 6, 9, 12. They're 3 by 4s probably. I'm thinking that's what they are. They looked smaller than that for some reason in the video. But if I have a big piece like that or a lot of the same size photos, I'll just go ahead and add my adhesive straight to the cardstock. And that way you don't have to sit there and add adhesive to this picture, then this picture, then this picture. So it just saves a little bit of time. So I finished with the right-hand side. At this point, I was debating still whether or not I wanted to add those blue strips that I had trimmed. They were kind of small. I want to say they're a little bigger than 1/8 of an inch, but not completely 1/4 of an inch. But again, I don't really remember. And here on this side, obviously I'm doing the adhesive to the picture. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to put here. I can't remember. She might have a journaling spot there on her layout, but I'm going to do something a little different with mine. So again, I'm just gluing the pattern papers down. Not inking the edges, since I was kind of in the bad mood. I just wanted to get this done and this kit used up, which is one of the things I've noticed. I just need to be a little more aware of my purchasing, which I have a haul video, and I don't know if it'll come up before. I might put it up before this layout or this little series, because I really bought different. It's all Doodlebug stuff, but I purchased differently, and this is a really good example of that. So I have a lot of stuff in my room that I'm going to go through and kind of purge, stuff that I'm holding on to because I feel like I have to use it, but stuff that I don't really care to use. So what I did there was I had to pull up my pictures and everything because I basically glued them on the wrong side of the layout. So when I put the 2 pages together, they would not have lined up. Now I'm looking, and these are the scraps that were left over from the kits that I did for Scrapbook Generation, and also from the first layout that I did using this collection, this little mini series, I guess you could call it. And luckily I had this one. At first I thought that blue one, but when I found this one, I decided I really liked this paper. So I'm going to fill that in. She might have had a 6 by 4 card or a journaling spot, which I think it might have been in that area, but I just didn't, or maybe it was another photo. A lot of times I will just take her sketches and I will make them work for me. So when I'm looking for a sketch, let's say I have 9 photos. If I look at all my 9 photo sketches, and all my sketches are divided by photos, I have books for all my Scrapbook Generation sketches, which is why I can't always tell you what book they come from, because I've taken them out of the books and glued them, or not glued them, but put them in 3-ring binders by the number of photos. That way, when I want to find a sketch for 9 photos, I don't have to go through every sketchbook that I have. I also have a page maps book and another album for just miscellaneous type sketches. So when I'm looking for a sketch, and say example, like I said a minute ago, if I have 9 photos, I will look at all the 9 photo sketches I have first. And if I don't find any of those that will work for what I want, then I will go to 8 sketch photos. And when I'm doing that, I look at places like a 4x6 area where I could easily take my pictures and make 2 3x4s. So even though the sketch calls for 8 photos, I can use it for my 9 photos by just changing the shape and size of one of the photos. Let me know if you need more information on that, because that's how I look for sketches. So quite often I will change them up to make them work for me. Now this sketch had these, I believe they are 3x3s, and she had a cluster of 4 on the left, on the left-hand side, and she also had a cluster of 4 on the right-hand side. And one of hers, I think she might have had the title. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with mine. You guys know I wasn't super crazy about the embellishments. I tried cutting down that every summer has a story ephemera piece, maybe kind of as like a little subtitle, but it just, I don't know, I didn't like the way it looked. I mean, I like it the way, I think I would have an easier time using it as a square like that than that big old wonky, you know, you guys know me. If you've been watching me for a little while now, you know I'm kind of not into these giant embellishments, which is why I'm also being better about what I purchased. You know, like the Doodlebug stuff I just purchased. I'm not buying the ephemera packs. I bought the sticker sheet and I'm good. And I'm very excited to start using them. Kind of goes along with the Spend Less, Scrap More series, because it's not all these giant things that you don't know how to use. But if you have ephemera that is bigger than what you want, cut it up. Don't be afraid to cut into it. Cut around the letters. Make it work for you so that you can feel like you're using that piece of ephemera up. Now I had this summer bucket list 3x4 card. I think it's 3x4. And actually it might have come from like the tags and whatever ephemera piece. I don't think it's exactly 3x4. But I was thinking the summer bucket list, I was going to try to cover that up. But all the stuff that I had, I really didn't care for it. So I'm actually going to leave that summer bucket list, even though this is not necessarily a bucket list trip. It's just, I left it because it said summer and nobody's going to care. Again, in the end, nobody's going to care. It's all about whether or not I care, right? Because I'm the one making the page. Then I put that banner down there. If you guys see the banner, are you proud? I used that banner and it kind of just hangs there. Really, no, it's not hanging from any certain place. And I really liked it. I put the flip-flops are on the right-hand side of it. I felt like that was like a really good kind of hanging place for it, but I just put it there to see if I liked it, and I really liked it. So I was really happy that I put those there. Now I'm looking for letters to go for my title. I'm going to find these ombre blue ones. I'm going to show you what they are. Maggie, it looks like, Maggie Thickers. If I can find a link, I will add it below, but I'm not sure if these are still available or not. Again, more alphabets that I just need to use up. You can see that whole box there is full. A lot of that box there is blue and teal. I realize I have a lot of blue and teal alphas and definitely need to get those. But these actually worked really well for this page. I was super happy, and I love ombre. If I could paint everything in my life ombre or have everything ombre, I would, because I love the way ombre looks. But my title is going to just simply be On the Beach. I used the smaller letters that were, I didn't see what they were from, so apologize for that. But that's my title, and I feel like it really goes with the teal blue color that's around the summer bucket list journaling. And I am going to do my journaling on that card, by the way, which you guys probably figured. But it, again, even though it isn't really, it says nothing about a bucket list. I couldn't find anything to cover that looked like it went there purposely. So that's why I just left it. Just playing around with more stickers. Put those sunglasses there. Not sure I'm that crazy about them, but they're there. And once you put those stickers down, they usually don't come back up. Just trying to use up more of the brads and all the leftover pieces that I have. Again, you can see right there, I was trying to kind of cover up that summer bucket list again. And the only thing that really maybe throws me off on this layout is that photo of the sunset. It's very different colored from all the other photos, but it was from the same trip and I really liked the picture, so I just left it on there. I figured, oh well. And then I had that little pinwheel thing that I put by the title just to kind of bring some attention to the title. Here's another example of where I'm cutting down an ephemera piece, whatever, that kind of piece. And I'm going to play around a little bit with it, but I cut off it was, first of all, a banner shape, which makes it harder for me to use. But second of all, it was a darker kind of teal border, and I didn't want that border around there. I just wanted the I Heart Summer part to it. Just trying to make the pieces and stuff. I didn't bring in anything else from my stash, which I need to get better about doing. I'm in this frame of mind where I'm using a collection. I don't think to look around my room. One thing I really want to use up is my wood veneer. I figure if I start using at least 3 pieces of wood veneer on every page, then I will eventually get those used up. So that is on I have a whole long goal list of things I want to start doing. I need to slow down a little bit with my goal list or there's going to be too many, but just things that I'm finding that I want to, be better organized, better using up my stash and things like that. So, but I will keep you guys updated for all of that. Now I'm adding a few of these stickers around, just kind of playing with these just to get them used up again. And I did add that pink pool floaty, the donut one, to by the summer bucket list. I like how it kind of fit in there, but you will notice that there's still nothing holding the left side of that banner, which is really odd for me, but I'm super excited about that banner. Maybe because it's a smaller size banner as well. The larger banners are definitely harder for me to use. So you guys know thickers and the chipboard ones don't stick, so I'm adding extra adhesive. I love this Nuvo adhesive. I'm hoping those little stickers stay. I don't know if I added adhesive to them as well, but they might be. I probably should have if I didn't, but either way, I am going to take one of these brads and put it in the middle of the pinwheel. It looked like it was plain there and needed something, and there's brads and enamel shapes in all the other clusters, so it was just adding something there. I'm adding some enamel dots, and notice again in my clusters, not everything is touching. I have lots of things touching and I have lots of things not touching. So again, I want to point out the fact that in your clusters, not everything has to be touching. So that is just one cluster tip that I have for you for this layout. And I guess it's the same tip as last time, but that's okay. So here are some close-up photos. I like how this layout turned out. It got some of that used up, and now we just have the last one to take a look at. So thank you for joining me, everyone. I guess I could have told you the number of photos, but I forgot how many I actually got on there. So I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying this little mini kit mini series. Bye, everyone.